Thank you for having me. Ambassador, thanks for having me, and the museum for having us. It's a pleasure to be back in Italy. I hope that in such a fashionable city, you won't be too upset that I wore my startup garb. This is the uniform of New York City startups. Some of the other guys are a little bit more dressed up. They dressed up for you. This is what I wear day to day. I felt that I would be an imposter if I didn't actually dress how I dress. And in typical startup fashion, I woke up late this morning as well on the jet lag. So here you go. I'm ready to go. My name is Reece Pacheco. I'm the founder of Shelby.tv. Shelby, we say, is the best way to discover and enjoy video. We really believe in video as the best way to communicate a story, to tell a message. And we think that with the convergence of TV and the web, there's going to be a lot more noise. And so we want to build a very smart system that knows exactly what you want to watch. And we do that on web and iOS. But I didn't just jump into this and start Shelby TV. My story goes way back, and maybe like some of you in the audience, I don't have a technical background. I didn't get an MBA. I'm not a business guy. I grew up in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It's a small beach town, tourist industry. I grew up in the family restaurant business. I basically grew up tending bar. Well, actually, I was a dishwasher first, and then a busboy, and then eventually became a bartender. But I grew up tending bar and working in the family restaurant, and I joke that I got my master's in my family business administration. But I learned a ton from my parents about hard work, dedication, what it takes to build a business. And those things translate even from a small business to a startup. I got out, I ended up going to college, and it was really great for me. Met my co-founder, Dan, who is my best friend, co-founder, CTO, the brilliant technical mind. As Robbie alluded to, it's great to have the two-man team, and that's what we are. So college, great breeding ground for finding your co-founder. That team, like you were talking about, the team is so important. Get that right early on. Find the right person. Post-college, I ended up traveling. I wanted to backpack. I came through Milano, actually, and several other Italian cities, but basically wanted more perspective, wanted to get outside of where I'd been in the small New England area and see a lot more of the world. So I put my entire world on my back and saved my bartending tips and took off. Ended up getting a job in Hollywood, actually, through a family friend, a connection, and we'll talk about networking and building an ecosystem later, but I ended up getting to work in Hollywood, which was pretty cool for a kid from Cape Cod to hang out with some famous actresses, and it was a great experience. That's the one time I got that close to those actresses. But then I got to play professional lacrosse. I was an athlete in college. Lacrosse is a crazy game where we hit each other with sticks. But I got to play professionally, and I didn't do it for the money. We made $500 a game, but it was really just to play at that high level. And there was a product that I wanted really badly that hadn't existed when I was an athlete, and I still wanted it, and said, screw it, we're going to do it ourselves. So my co-founder and I, Dan, decided to start a company. Oh, geez. So tricking ourselves into entrepreneurship. This is my co-founder, Dan, and my other co-founder, Joe. This is our bathroom. This was my bathroom. And you can see like the whiteboard marks. We didn't have a whiteboard. We couldn't afford a whiteboard. We couldn't afford anything. So we were drawing on the bathroom mirror. And this was us incorporating the company in my parents' basement in late 2007. This is our first company. So this is how it started. Nothing sexy about it, nothing cool. Just three guys with an idea that we wanted to build. And so how'd we get going? It looks like I messed up my slides a little bit, so we're going to try and deal with this one. But we said three things here. The first rule we set for ourselves is we're probably going to fail. We just said get over it. We might fail. We probably fail. 99% of startups fail. So just get over it. Let's just go and do this. Two, we're probably going to change what we're doing. We're probably going to have to pivot the business, pivot the product, change and hire and fire people. And three, that entire process would be totally worth it because you learn so much and you get so much more out of doing that than just sitting at a bigger company kind of twiddling your thumbs, right? So we said it's going to be worth it. Let's go do it. And this slide's a little messy, but again, I woke up late. So we started our first company, which is a video platform for sports. It was a software as a service business. And then we decided to bootstrap the company. We said we're just going to build this software, and hopefully it'll take off and help coaches and athletes get better. And we were so excited. I mean, I would go into meetings and meet with people, and I was jumping across the table to tell them about my product. And this is what we expected, right? Oh, geez, my slides are all over the place. This is what we expected. We expected the hockey stick. We expected we'll release a product, and then we make a ton of money. And I I don't know if I'll be able to show this actually. Yeah, oh well. What it actually was it looked more like this. Hooray, we're excited. Oh shit, nobody likes it. Oh man, this is really tough. Oh, who's this competitor? Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait, people are buying this. Oh, hang on. We convinced an investor to jump on board. Okay, cool. And then it went like that. That's what the actual trajectory looks like. And I bet you any of the startups here will say the same thing. It's never as easy as it looks, and it does not happen overnight. We see so many startup stories that you think, oh my God, they're taking off. But those guys are toiling away, watching that market. You look at Foursquare. Dennis has been building Foursquare for 10 years. You know, that company has been in his head for 10 years. So it takes time. So during that time, I attended bar 3 and 4 nights a week to pay the bills. My co-founder Dan consulted on the side, building other tech products. And my co-founder Joe walked dogs, literally. That's what we did. So we would go into meetings and like be all dressed up for an investor meeting and be like, all right, cool, I got to go walk this like Rottweiler. You know, that's what we did, but it was because we wanted to build this company, and we were so excited about it. I slept on friends' couches. We did whatever we could. We were in New York City, very expensive place. And so it was tough, but we kept going. And so, you know, the number one, man, PowerPoint, you're killing me right now. I'm a Mac guy. I'm a Keynote guy. I'm sorry. So, you know, you can see that picture there. The number one rule is stay alive. This is my co-founder, Dan, and I. We've been through some shit. And, you know, we've had some fun, as you can see here. And in the background, what you see are the whiteboard notes and the ideas that we had around video. Again, we had picked video as our space, and we picked sports as a place that we wanted to work, but our bigger vision was around building this bigger company. And so now you had a team that had been working together for 3 years in the video space, and we saw opportunity as the iPad took off, as social got more and more saturated in the market, and we saw this great opportunity to build what we think is the best way to watch video. And so now we went out to build Shelby. And Shelby, we say, is you know, the best video discovery and community on the web. And it's a very simple product. You know, the first version of Shelby, talking about lean startup, we built in 5 days. You know, it was just a little, like, let's test this. And it was ugly as hell. We'd never show it to anybody. But it proved the point. And so we just kept going and kept going. But the bigger picture, beyond Shelby, you know, one line I heard earlier, you know, from a Google engineer when they first started was to have a 6-month roadmap and a 15-year vision. And I think that's really important. I think, you know, you want to be that big company. You imagine what the office is going to look like someday. You imagine what all your team is going to be like. But you have to start with baby steps. You have to start with, okay, here's the next 3 months. Here's 6 months after that. Here's what we're going to do. And then you get to that bigger vision. And so personally for us, we have to build Shelby. We have to build a product. We have to build a team. We've gone from 4 people to 11 in the last year. We've raised $1.5 million in venture. We're ready to finally do that. But our bigger vision is around building that giant company and pulling together great people who believe in that, who want to learn. You know, the passionate people that Robbie was talking about, the people who say, I want equity. I want the chance to learn. I want to have ownership over what I'm building. So find those people. Build that community together. I've got a few things. Oh, man, this is going to give it away. But I have a few asks of the audience here, of the Italian community. One, I want you to embrace failure. I think it's a theme that we're all talking about, right? Embrace failure. Failure is okay. So in my disaster of a slide here, getting lost in translation, this is a spreadsheet listing all of the investors I talked to on my first business. This is just some of it. It was over 100, easily 110 or so. Out of all of those investors, I got 6 to commit. That's less than 5%. So it's a 95% failure rate. That was my job. That was me for 3 years pitching my company, right? But keep going, okay? It doesn't happen overnight. Embrace failure. Understand that it's going to happen. Keep going. It's okay. Number 2, bootstrap. Bootstrapping puts the ball in your court. It means that you don't have to answer to an investor. It means that you're in control and you can take the time to make those mistakes, and no one's really going to get in your case about it. Don't go out to the press yet. Bootstrap it. Keep your day job. Work on it at night. Work on it on weekends. Work on it with other teammates, and figure out how you can learn and get to the point where you go, you know what? Now this is an idea I want to raise money for. And that's what Shelby was. We bootstrapped the first company. Then the second company, we said, okay, now let's raise money. We know we want to do this. Let's go. So bootstrap. The picture to explain it. I had a dinner. I had some of my mentors and friends who are part of a program called Techstars in New York City, which I can talk about later. But Fred Wilson is a big venture capitalist. Anybody know Fred Wilson? Do you guys know that guy? Yeah, he's a big-time venture capitalist in New York City. I invited him over to my apartment in Brooklyn at the time when I had a place to live to have dinner. I didn't have a table big enough. So that's a door that I borrowed from the bagel shop below our apartment. That's bootstrapping, right? That's taking a door and literally turning it into a kitchen table, and that's what you do. And you're cheap and thrifty, but it helps you. And then 3, build an ecosystem together. And I use the word ecosystem, not just community, but ecosystem, right? You guys need to all come together to help build some bigger startups and work together to create those companies. From there, you're going to have someone, hopefully you'll have an exit, and then some of those guys become angel investors. Some of those other guys become mentors. And help each other, because you're going to learn as much from each other as entrepreneurs as you are from an investor or from a successful entrepreneur. You know, help each other. Spend time with each other building this ecosystem together. And I swear it's going to go a long way for you guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Any questions, email me.
Thank you very much, Reece.
Any questions?
Yeah, just a curiosity. So I will speak in Italian, so if you can't hear, okay. I will half an Italian, half a US. So, fino a quando è il momento di keep on going e quando è il momento to, ok, I give up? Perché nella tua storia sei andato avanti per molto tempo, provarci con 1000 difficoltà, per cui quando secondo te è il momento di decidere di andare avanti e quando è il momento di... Okay, when it's time to... Okay, I will do it in English. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, man. Okay.
Okay. According to your experience, at what time you need to decide that it's time to keep on trying it, and when it's time to, okay, I give up?
Yeah, that was really tough. You know, we went through a lot of hardship, and you know, my parents are going, hey, wait a second, you went to a good school. What are you doing sleeping on couches? You know, you're supposed to have a real job here by now. I think, again, data points like he was talking about, look at great metrics. For us, we had paying customers. Our first business, we bootstrapped, we had paying customers. Our first paying customer was actually West Point Academy, the Army Academy. And we got that first check and we went, fuck yeah! You know, I mean, we went nuts and we pinned it to the wall and we said, look, we proved that people will pay for what we're doing, you know? And it's those little bits of momentum. We wouldn't let ourselves stop. And I think the other key element of that is that it was a team. So, you know, I had 2 co-founders. I think at any given time, one of us probably wanted to quit. But because there was 3 stubborn guys with ego, like no one would drop out on each other. It was kind of like a game of chicken. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to quit. No, if you guys are going, I'm still going too. Yeah. You know, so we all just kept each other going, and you help pick each other up through those hard times. And then you point to those little bits of momentum. And we didn't. That being said, when we saw the opportunity for Shelby, we had a very tough choice of what to do, and we actually didn't kill the first company. Like I said, paying customers, the business was sustainable, and so we built Shelby on the side, incorporated it separately, and 1 co-founder stayed with the first company. The other 2 myself and Dan have gone on to build Shelby, so we didn't quit, maybe. Some things take time, but I mean, that being said, don't dig yourself too deep of a hole. Don't stay going on an idea that sucks. If everyone tells you it sucks, if more than 5% or more than 95% tell you it sucks, then maybe it sucks.
Got too much in love to your idea. I agree. Thank you. Altre domande?
Sì, giusto una domanda, una curiosità.
Okay.
Hi, Reece. Can I just ask you, out of curiosity, did you name your company after Carroll Shelby?
So when we started the idea, in the idea generation phase, we didn't like to have it be Reece's idea versus Dan's idea versus Joe's idea, because that creates competition over fighting for your idea versus the best idea. So we name our projects very quickly. As soon as we have something that's kind of coherent, we'll just say, this is project this. And it was Project Shelby because my co-founder Dan is a big car fanatic. He loves cars. And so we said, oh, it's Project Shelby. It's going to be sleek and powerful and sexy, and that's what this product is going to be. What we love about the name, though, is that it's a human name, that it gets to know you, that it's very personal. So there is something there in terms of the product, but a lot of people who ask us are big car fans. And we do have an angel investor from the Valley who actually gave us a Shelby. Yeah, a kit car. So it's pretty sweet. It's like 400 horsepower. It's sitting in my co-founder's parents' driveway, and it's amazing. Oh, my goodness. Italians are good car people, right? You guys know good cars, right? It's our best car. It's the best American sports car. Anything else?
Other questions?
She's still talking.
Okay.
Did she translate me accurately? She's still going. This is good. Thank you.
Okay. Un'altra domanda. Is it okay? Is it translated? Okay.
Anything else?
No, I can speak English or Italian.
Sorry.
Okay. Un'altra domanda. Quanto è stato difficile trovare persone che hanno creduto in voi? Adesso siete in 12, quindi quanto è stato difficile trovare queste 12 persone dopo...
Dropped out again.
No,
Maybe.
way. I'm gonna try.
She's mad at me now, I think.
Okay, English. Let's find
Okay,
English.
sorry.
Okay. You are a 12-people team. How hard it has been to find these 12 people that were going to believe in your idea and to come with you?
Yeah, 11 still. 12 soon, I hope. But so I think, again, going back to that core team, if you have a strong core team, that will really help you build that momentum. If you're a single founder, it's very hard to convince people to come and do this crazy thing with you. But Dan and I could play this two-man game where it's like, look, we're both doing this. Come on, like, there's a whole gang. Come on, it's great. And I think that helped a ton. Also, building culture. I mean, this is part of our culture. You know, you saw the pictures of my team. You know, we have a great office. We have a ping pong table. We let people work the hours that they want to work. We let them, you know, really take ownership in their jobs. So that opportunity for people to say, wow, I get to make something of this myself. I'm personally vested in this company. I have equity in the company. All of those things really help you recruit. And I think the bigger thing, again, is that ecosystem. Like I'm saying, some of you in this room are going to start companies. Some of you already have. Some of you are going to fail. Some of you are going to succeed. Some of you are going to end up working together on the next one. I think that's really important. Most of our hires, as you alluded before, they come from people you know, whether directly or through someone who's a friend. I just got a designer from a friend, and then the designer said, we need a front-end developer. Well, I'm going to have to work with this guy a lot. So then he helped me recruit that guy, and he went and got his friend from another company. You know, so use that momentum of taking the people around you to build that team, and then be very picky about engineering talent. Build a good engineering culture, I think, is really strong.
I guess it's very important.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.